Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is James and today we're going to be starting a series called the Let's Go Fast series. It's going to be making this Corvette, a 1981 C3 Corvette, fast. Now, what would make somebody who has a Corvette want to go fast? Aren't they already fast? Well, not all Corvettes are made equally. This one just so happens to be one of the slow ones. It has 190 horsepower, 350 Chevy small block, and about 230 foot-pounds of torque. Now, does this car, after like 40 years later, still have 190 horsepower? I doubt it. It's got about 70,000 miles and it's seen better days. But this Corvette has a 3-speed automatic and it's got, I believe, 373 gears in the rear end. I'll take a look at it, verify the numbers. But in any event, this Corvette is slow. It's fun to drive and it looks cool, but it is just slow. So in this Let's Go Fast series, we're going to be, every single video, finding some way to make this car faster. My end goal is a 9-second quarter mile. Not going to be going on any other track than just straight. So in today's episode, we're going to be taking the air cleaner and flipping it upside down. Now, I know this is a really slow start to this series, but making this car go 9-second fast is a lot of money. Why would making a Corvette go fast be a lot of money? Well, this is a 2-bolt main 350 Chevy small block, so even if I upgraded the motor, you can only make so much horsepower. And then after that, you got to put that horsepower to the wheels. You have to have a good transmission, and like I said, this has a 3-speed automatic. That is stock. You would have to get a transmission that would be able to handle all that horsepower. This also has a 2-piece drive shaft, so I would need a new drive shaft. And on top of that, I would need a different differential. The 1981 C3 Corvette has an automatic, not an automatic, it has an aluminum transmission, and to put all that power to the ground, I'd have to beef that thing up, maybe get an iron differential with different gears and different half shafts. The automatic 1981 C3 Corvette had a weakened rear end. They were trying to make it lighter. It has a 1-piece, instead of having a steel leaf spring, it has a fiberglass leaf spring and an aluminum rear end to try to save on weight. So this rear end is not exactly prepared to handle the power it needs to put down to go a 9-second quarter mile. But with this series, hopefully each video we can progressively get faster and faster results. So to start out, without doing anything, I want to test a myth. Does flipping over the air cleaner lid add horsepower? From the videos that I've already seen on YouTube, it can add upwards to 15 horsepower just by flipping it over. So we're going to go ahead, measure out a quarter mile, see what type of time we can get with this car at the quarter mile. Then we'll flip over the lid, retest, and see if we had any noticeable gain. And if not, no loss. We've just busted another myth. I'm not the myth busters, but you get the gist. Guys, this is the stop sign we'll be utilizing to measure a quarter mile. We got our wheel here. We're going to measure out 1,320 feet down that way. And that way we can measure how long it takes to go a quarter mile. So I will bring you back once we get 1,320 feet. Hey guys, we're about halfway there. We're currently at 810 feet. Still got a ways to go till we hit 1,320. Should find a less busy road to do this probably, but the car's slow, so I don't think anybody will care too much. Hey guys, we have reached 1,320 feet right here. So I guess we'll say after this first electrical pole, the second tree. I guess we can use couple more feet. I don't think it'll hurt anything. 1,326, so an extra 6 feet. So we'll make this tree whenever we set up the camera. We'll set it right here, and I think we can point it that way and see how fast we go. So before we get started, we got to get this car started, right? Currently, I believe the battery's dead. This thing has a really, really bad parasitic draw. So let's just get the key in here. And unfortunately, you kind of got to get this key perfect. And as you can see, the lights come on, but dead. So let's get our little Menards jump box and get this thing jumped. So my father-in-law bought this probably about a year ago, maybe 2, and he has loved this thing. We've jump-started buses, we've jump-started F-250s, Dodge 2500s. We've started stuff with it. I don't even think it's rated for. So put this on, flip it on, and now the lights got brighter. This thing is great. I love it. So it's clicking on, and I haven't charged this thing in months. You hear the battery kick off, and it's back on. Pump it a little bit. Easy as that. See what I said? It's straight pipes. See if we can get the idle to come down a little bit. There it goes. Take you guys out. I'm gonna get the camera set up and we're gonna go test how fast this goes at the quarter mile. Welcome everybody. We are now in the cockpit. Got the idle down. Let's get this thing on the road. All right, so I think we're good. We're gonna go to the stop sign. Roll up my window. All right, so we are at the line. We're only going about 80 miles an hour. That was pretty good. If I had to guess, that was about 15 or 16 seconds. I'll have to show you on the video where we passed that second tree after the electrical pole. But let's head back. Let's flip over the air cleaner, see if we can tell if there's any noticeable power gain or if it's just another myth. So we are back. Let's go ahead, open the hood, and flip over this air cleaner. I think I can do all that while the engine's running. So as you can see, it is stock. Stock everything. The only thing that might be missing is there was an extra cowl up here, like a thing that would direct airflow, and then there was one over there. But let's just take this off. Hopefully nothing gets sucked into the intake. You can see it's working. I don't even think I can put this on upside down. There's not enough threads. What do we do about that? And then I don't even know if the hood will clear this. Let's see what we can do. I'll bring you guys back once I figure out how to get this on upside down. Unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to take off my air filter for this experiment. Not super excited about that, but a couple things. There is this. I have no idea what this does, but I think this is going to rest on top of it, like that. Yeah, it's resting on top of it, so that can kind of act as a filter to keep things from like seeds from getting sucked into it. So we're just gonna leave that on. And I think I might need to grab a nut that'll fit this. So let me go grab some. So these nut and bolt sets from Harbor Freight are awesome. I use them for everything. I'm almost out. I think this one will fit. Yeah, there we go. We'll put this on for good measure. All right, well, this is a Fram air filter, so if there was any restrictions with the old one, this one's probably better. might not be Fram. I don't even remember who makes this, but this is their high flow one from AutoZone. And now comes the real question. Will the hood close with this upside down? Do a sound test first, right? Sounds about the same. All right, let's test the hood, guys. Will it fit? Ah, it's hitting. I think. It's not really a good way to tell. Well, we can run it with it upside down or with the hood not lashed all the way. Maybe we can latch one side. There, let's just do that. And then we'll do the run and then we'll come back and undo it. I'll be honest, guys, I'm not noticing much of a difference yet, but we'll find out in the quarter mile. That's the best way to test, honestly. See if it's quicker off the line. See if it has better acceleration. See how it is at the top end. Really hope I don't break anything doing this though. That would be not fun. All right, I'll bring you guys back once we get to the start line. All right, guys, gonna get my seatbelt on. We're coming up here to the stop. Nobody's behind us. Somebody's a little bit ahead of us. Put in first. And then, all right, first gear. That was faster. Is it pseudoscience? Maybe. I also had my window down on this side. Would that negate any power gains that I made? I don't know. But I'm gonna pull over. We're gonna flip around, go back home, get this air filter back on. Nothing seems broke. All the gauges are fine. Oil pressure's still good. Didn't blow up anything. That's the goal. So that to be said, in this series, while we're doing experiments like this and we're making this faster, I want to keep the original transmission and engine fine. You know, we can do some mods to them, but I don't want to blow stuff up. This is a numbers matching car. You know, maybe if I'm ever rich one day, I won't care. This car is not worth a ton of money, but this car works as is. I could restore it, make it a nice, you know, original car. But the 1981 is not exactly a super desired Corvette, unfortunately. But I'm super grateful to have this car. I'm super grateful to be doing stuff like this. I hope you guys enjoy series like this. If you have any ideas, please leave them in the comments below. I really love doing stuff like this. I love working on cars. I love driving them. I'm really excited to be doing this series with you. If you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing. And I'll put the results at the end of this video as to if we had any better power gains. When I was loading the torque converter at the stop sign, the rear tire started spinning. So maybe there is something to this myth. Maybe the car just got warmed up and it's ready to go. Or maybe having a straight piped exhaust and having a free flowing intake actually helped this engine breathe better and helped it make more horsepower. Who knows? I'm not hearing any extra intake noise. This car is pretty loud as is. And the fan up front, my goodness, that mechanical fan is so loud. I would love to put in electronic radiator fans instead of having the mechanical ones. You know, they're just so loud. So, anywho, I'm almost home. This was fun. We'll see what happens. See you guys on the next video. Oh, there's a cop. Oh, it's not a cop. It's just a Dodge Durango with some spotlights. was interesting. Let's just go ahead and get this air filter popped back over to the way it's supposed to be. See if anything's bent. No, I think everything's good. See any marks on the hood? You know, that might have fit. Who knows? Anywho, let's get this. Ooh, that's hot, 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 hot. Get this guy swapped back over. Go get the air filter. Doesn't look like anything got sucked in there. I set up the camera so you guys could hear me back in. I hope it sounded good. It sounded pretty good to me. Get this filter off my wife's car. I don't know if this is Fram or there's another. Who's the people that make all the air filters? K&N air filters? I think that might be a K&N, however you say it. There we go. Back to normal. Get our washer on there. And this thing, I think it's stock, but the threads are starting to get all wallered out. So, all right, it's ready to go. Back to normal. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna put the results right here. I really don't know. I think it was faster with the air cleaner flipped upside down. I think there was a little bit of better airflow. And like I said, it was spinning the tires a little bit when I was loading the torque converter. Maybe I didn't do it long enough the first time, but I really enjoyed this video. If you guys have any ideas or have any comments on this video, let me know if you think it was faster. Maybe you heard something different. The engine ran better, faster. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching.